this is Kevin Mayo, and today we're going to drink some Narragansett Private Stock Town Beach India Pale Ale. I've told the Gansett story a couple times before. Gansett's the beer I was brought up on, drank gallons of it as a kid into my young adulthood. I just looked at their video talking about the history of the brewery, and they started in 1890 down in Rhode Island. They were the #1 brewer in all of New England for years. And then they were bought by Falstaff in 1965, and that was really the beginning of the dark days of American beer. Brands started disappearing, and by I think it was early 80s, 1978, something like that, we're down to 80 breweries left in the entire country. Which one of the great things with craft beer is that we have over 3,000 breweries again now in the country. In fact, they can't really keep an accurate count at this point, because a lot of these nano breweries are growing, popping up so fast. What I did forget, and an interesting little fact, is it's a Gansett can in Jaws where Quint crushes the can, and so that's an Narragansett can. So one of my favorite beers, I actually think that their macro lager, and it is a macro lager, is one of the better ones out there right now. So that's a little bit of the history. Let's go ahead and give it a crack, and we'll give it a pour. So they've been trying to do, beef it up a little bit and do some other styles beers. I did their Imperial Porter a while ago. Thought that was pretty good. Or Imperial Stout. I don't remember which one it was. So it's pouring like a fairly typical Imperial or double IPA. It is slightly hazy. Fairly dark orange. We've got maybe a finger and a half of tight bubbles. And I'd say it's just slightly off white. Not a lot of carbonation. Got a few bubbles streaming up through it, but not a lot of carbonation. Not sure how much we can see in the light. Let's check the aroma on this bad boy. A lot of pineapple. A little bit of dank undertone, a little bit of like peat moss. Getting a little bit of the sweet malt now. I guess just a hint of grapefruit. But really, like I said, pineapple was really the predominant. So let's go ahead and taste it. Wow. Very, very strong malt. Almost like a red ale, or that was not like a brown ale, not that bad, but really a fairly strong malty caramel component to it. You do get that sweetness, and it's probably that pineapple I'm picking up, or whatever is causing that. It's fairly sweet in the middle, and then it finishes with a lot of a lot of bitterness in the back of the throat. Not sure what the IBUs are on this one. I'm not even sure if we can call this a craft beer or not. I'm not sure how much they're producing now. They don't have their own facility, so they are contract brewing. So we get a little malt up front. I shouldn't say a little, we get a fair amount of malt up front. We're getting some sweetness in the middle. I guess we can ascribe that, or say I'm picking up just a hint of the pineapple flavor. Maybe just the slightest hint of like a grass. And then it kind of washes down with the bitter at the very back end. Actually, fairly solid double IPA, especially considering the source. They are a lager company. That's what they do. So for them to branch out into these other things is really getting away from their wheelhouse. And they've done a good job on this one. I'm trying to think of a score at this one. I think it's probably around an 80. Say we'd give it an 80. Drinkable. I would drink it again. Probably wouldn't go out of my way to drink it again. But it's definitely something that I enjoy. I'm going to enjoy finishing this. And until next time. Keep drinking.